I was channel surfing last night and caught the tail end of Charlie Rose. He interviewed the curators of a show in some museum of art on Van Gogh, the later years. And I think this influenced my, along with John David Ebert and him speaking of Spangler's view of the artist and what I've experienced of the arts myself and how I experience art as the divinely superfluous beauty, a reflection of the divinely superfluous beauty in life and its divinity and abundance. And these curators were trying to put these terms on what they saw Van Gogh's inspiration as. And I mean, these are really brilliant people, and I don't want to take away from anything they have to say. However, in my experience in these times, I want to be very careful as to when we look at someone who paints or creates, is artistic, the artist. You know, I see people getting, some highly educated people being offended by popular art, and I can understand how the artist nowadays only has a certain amount of all too common vulgarities as media to work with. The banal and the vulgar, the perverted. The all too common perversions seem to be all that's available. And I know there's a lot of artists out there. I mean, they're in pockets. They're here and there and here and there, but they're not. We're just at a time where it's difficult to carry that weight as one main artist that is guiding the spiritual evaluations of a whole civilization. I'm not sure that those times can really be had except in our own little lives. Perhaps the family, just the family, is a piece of artwork par excellence in these times, the family unit. But I look at Van Gogh's paintings, and he's just painting these flowers and these trees and what have you, these landscapes. And what I see is the divinely superfluous beauty that is in nature, just as it is. As it presents itself in all its awe and wonder. And it doesn't have to prove itself. It doesn't have to make a case for itself. It is thus come. It is just there. And I think this state of vision and perspective, where it is all just right here before our eyes, and being blind to that I respect that some people need to be shown, and there are some points where you need to make a case so that this vision may come into view, this perspective may take form. However, ultimately, it's not a battle of good and bad, right and wrong. evildoer, righteous man, superior and inferior, rich and poor. You know, the majority of laws that are made are to protect ourselves from our own fellow man. It's a very depressing thing. It doesn't turn me on to go to court and to deal with people who turn a blind eye in denial to repress anything that doesn't get them more than their share, and to inform a person that they're taking more than their share. You know, that's just doesn't work with me. I don't like that, because ultimately there's this paradox where there's a divine superfluousness to nature. There's more than enough. The cherry tree does not just do a few blossoms to reproduce itself. It has divinely superfluous amounts of blossoms and cherries. More than enough. Just a huge abundance. And to have someone confront me who's got all the riches of the world but is starving of spirit is it's a classroom, and I have to be very careful about engaging in their techniques of endeavoring a life, because there's a transvaluation of values that needs to occur that can destabilize them, and ultimately we have to stand on our own 2 feet. And I mean, even Dante stood on his own 2 feet, though if understood from the right perspective, the artistic perspective, he was going like this to the establishment, and then using the establishment's value system to inform it of its own folly. But I do like this. I'll use it in the next clip.